Please, Charlie, you have called so many heroes a trap. 80% have been excellent, and the others were serviceable. You're taking it a little out of context, man.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Let's jump right into this discussion about why you're playing the game wrong, possibly. No hero is a trap, first of all. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. No hero is a mistake to level up. We have a new hero coming to Hero Wars Mobile sometime in the next month, Iris, right? Iris is a mage. She's a tank killer specialist. Hard counter to basically every tank, with the exception to Rufus. This is on Hero Wars Facebook and web. Now, I have been getting inundated more and more every single day with questions about, do I think that Iris is going to be important? Do I think that Iris is going to be the tank killer that she is on Facebook and web? Do I think that it is a must-level hero? Now, this individual was looking for a flat yes or no. Despite our back and forth a little bit about Iris and how we have no idea what Iris is going to be capable of on Hero Wars Mobile. All we know is that she is a Way of Eternity hero. We don't know her artifact weapon. We don't know any of her skills. We're not even sure if she's a mage. She might be a tank. Probably not. Probably not. But I wanted to talk about 5-ish reasons why focusing on Iris is a mistake, but also not necessarily a mistake. First of all, play the game however you want. Right? There's no wrong way to play the game. There's absolutely no wrong way. With Iris coming, if she is a tank counter, if she is a specialist in countering tanks, and just so everybody is aware, let's go ahead and highlight this ability. Iris exposes an unprotected part of the soul in the nearest enemy's body for 13 seconds. Generally, nearest enemy is the tank. All damage taken by the soul is transferred to its owner as pure damage. So this ignores dodge, this ignores armor, this ignores magic defense. Very strong ability. If she is indeed a tank counter, we already have several tank counters, right? Qingmao, great tank counter. Morgan, fantastic at countering revives. We have a bunch of pure damage dealing heroes. We have a bunch of high single target damage dealing heroes. Elmir is really good at taking down high armor targets. We have Maya that's really good at taking out dodge tanks like Aurora. Some tanks you can just ignore and not worry about them being a part of the defending team or the attacking team's strategy. If it's a Cleaver Peppy lineup, you can use Aurora Peppy. Like, we have counters for basically every tank that there is in the game. Now, Iris is a very efficient tank counter, right? A very efficient tank counter that doesn't require much support, much in the way that Yasmin is a very efficient damage dealer that doesn't require a lot of support. So if a hero like Iris comes along and you need a tank killer because your team sucks at killing tanks and you're constantly timing out against high health or high armor or whatever tanks, then Iris could be a good choice. But she's definitely not the only choice. So the second thing is on Hero Wars Mobile, we already know that she's going to be a Way of Eternity hero. Way of Eternity is one of the factions in Hero Wars Mobile. The crown jewel of the undead or Eternity tribe is Corvus and Morgan, but we also have Kira, Kark, and Dante, damage dealing heroes, and then Faceless and Phobos, kind of counter and support heroes. And Way of Eternity is on the weaker side of tribes, depending on who you talk to, and has the fewest heroes of all of the tribes. So if you're choosing to level up Way of Chaos, or Way of Mystery, or maybe Way of Progress, I really like Way of Progress, and Iris is introduced, you may think, wow, I really want to level up Iris. I should actually be leveling up heroes that accentuate my tribe, though. Maybe you should stick to your tribe, your blessed heroes, Way of Honor, Way, whatever it is. Like I said, the Way of Progress, whatever. You should probably stick to those lines and find support heroes that work well with that lineup. Leveling Iris instead of your main 5 heroes will cause you to get behind your peers that started the game at the same time that you did. So if you've been spending all of your resources on 5 heroes, and then all of a sudden one of those heroes drops off and you start trying to level up another hero, Iris, to catch up, or maybe even worse, maybe you drop like 3 heroes or 2 heroes, and then you have to level up 2 heroes to make Iris work in your current lineup. Everybody that started the game at the same time as you, and that's on the same power level as you, those that stick with their main team is going to become more powerful every day, while your core 3 or 4 heroes remains static while you invest a ton of time and effort and resources into Iris and Iris +1 or whatever. And, while it's not the wrong way to play, you'll just never catch back up to that player unless you spend, of course, unless you spend. And then the other side of the argument, similar to this kind of piece, is that you do need 20-ish heroes. Ultimately, you do need 20-ish heroes to level up. Hydra requires 15 heroes. The Grand Arena requires 15 heroes. The guild raid system on Facebook and web requires 25, technically, heroes. But when will you need those 20 to 25 heroes? Way in the future. Not today, not immediately, not very soon. And despite what YouTubers like myself or community members tell you or otherwise, kind of leads into the next thing. There is no best set of heroes. There is no best team. And for anybody to tell you that there is a best team, that's the best team right now. In 3 months, in 6 months, in 9 months, the best team will be completely different. Right? It's best to stick with heroes that you, and I say this all the time, it's best to stick with heroes that you really like. If you really want to level up Iris, that's fine, level up Iris. But you just got to be mindful that the best team is a moving target. But the problem is you're going to not level up Iris. You're going to say, I don't need Iris because, I've been listening to Charlie and I don't necessarily need this hero for whatever reason. But then you're going to start seeing people have success with it. You're going to see people that are spending money on the game, hundreds if not thousands of dollars on the game, having great success with Iris and their amazing Way of Eternity team. And that FOMO, that fear of missing out, is going to start churning. It's going to start getting you thinking a little bit about, wow, maybe I should build that team. And then that kind of goes back to the last point. If you start doing that in an effort to become the best team, you'll never catch that individual. You'll never be fighting on that individual's level unless you spend extra money to catch up. Like, you just can't do it. If we take a look at the skins of Iris, all new heroes are incomplete. All new heroes do not have all 4 or 5 of their skins. We have a lot of heroes that have been out for several years, such as Corvus and Morgan, that do not have 4 skins yet. They just don't have all of their skins yet, which means they still have a good amount of stats to go before they're in their, their final form. So how long will it take for these heroes to get all of their skins? 2 years? 3 years? Do you think that if you built an Iris now, if you got all hyped up for the event, summoned her, built her up, found out that she was amazing, or worse, was not amazing in your particular lineup for whatever reason, imagine having to wait another 6 to 9 to 12 months to 24 months for her to reach her full potential. So you don't need to jump on it immediately. That's the point that I'm trying to make. And then the final kind of point that I want to touch on when it comes to Iris is talking about Guild Wars and Arena and the Global Championship on Hero Wars Mobile. If I need Iris to defeat Alvaro, like if I absolutely need Iris to defeat Alvaro, there are 29 other players in your guild. 29 other players, okay? 29 other players that are investing their time and resources into their teams. And the likelihood that all 30 of you have the exact same heroes leveled up, it is impossible. It's impossible. I could have a conversation with my general and I would be like, hey, I don't have an Iris leveled up. Can you not put me against Alvaro here? Give me another target that maybe I could have a better chance at. The same argument can be made for the Arena. Now, a lot of you are going to be eventually trying for top 10, top 100, top 1. But if Perseus here or Alistar or Whisk required Iris, then I'll just attack Alistar. Once I defeat Alistar and get close to Perseus, then I'll have other options to try with. Look, there's 3 more. A lot of these are gonna, be duplicates, but there's always gonna be 2 other options. So just avoid them. All teams are going to have naturally bad matchups, right? My Kark lineup is really, really bad against fast attacking Kira lineups. It just always has been, always will be. I should avoid those matchups until I have heroes that can effectively defeat that team. But what it really boils down to, guys, this game is a game, and you should play however you want, using whatever tank, whatever damage dealer, whatever healer you want, whatever support heroes you want. If that means having the best or the meta team, or choosing the best tank or the best healer, then you better spend a lot of money very quickly, because that changes every 6 months. I don't think that anybody's playing the game wrong, and as a lot of my peers in the content creation world keep throwing in my face, it's better to tell people how to play efficient instead of telling people how to enjoy the game. I vehemently disagree with that. I think that the idea that you need these specific 8 heroes. Otherwise, you're going to not do well, and you're not going to make it into a gold league high tier guild. I think that's just patently ridiculous.